greatest Spider-Man movie of all time.
So last night I seen Spider-Man Brand New Day, and dare I say, best live action Spider-Man movie of all time. Nah, hold
I totally agree. I remember like watching the OG Spider-Man movie, like 1, 2, and 3. Toby's I like. Andrew, I didn't really watch Andrews. I should really watch Andrews.
hold on. Lower your pitchforks and bombs and calm y'all's asses down. Is this the best Spider-Man movie within the MCU under Tom Holland? By
Yes.
far, yes, in my opinion. Better than No Way Home, actually. No Way Home was mainly carried by nostalgia with Toby and Andrew along with their
I agree with that. I feel like the only reason why people like No Way Home is because Andrew and Toby were in it.
making a huge reappearance in that movie, which is why it made $2 billion in the box office. But back to the movie though.
2 billion? That's crazy.
Destin Daniel Cretton and Kevin Feige finally gave us a more faithful comical adaptation of Spider-Man in the MCU after a whole trilogy of Spider-Man movies starring Tom Holland. A trilogy that was basically a prequel.
This was his fourth movie, right? Yeah, this was his fourth movie, which is crazy because I don't think Andrew or Toby got a fourth movie. Andrew didn't even get a third movie.
To this movie and the weakest received Spider-Man adaptations of all of the live-action Spider-Man movies according to fans. But this movie fucking delivered with comic accurate frames that was ripped straight out of
I love that shot. Oh, hold on, where is it? I love that shot. That shot's awesome. I remember seeing it in the movie theater. That was a clean shot.
accurate frame ripped straight out of the comics.
That's it.
Special appearances that I will not spoil, but let's say were long awaited. Cameos from other heroes we know and love. The struggles Peter Parker has to go through time and time trying to balance between his identity of Spider-Man and Peter Parker. Taking punches left and fucking right metaphorically and literally. In the action scenes,
I felt so bad for him in this movie.
boy do I tell you about the action in this movie. Destin was a blessing in the hiring process because the swinging, the scorpion scraps, the Hulk fight,
The swinging was actually like real. Like they actually like put a set out in New York City where they were like, having a lot of equipment so we can swing and stuff, which was awesome. And it even looked better in the movie for sure. The Hulk fight too.
scene, best action sequence in the movie in my opinion. Just seeing Spider-Man and Hulk go at it in general live action on the big screen was unreal to see. Him and Punisher going back and forth having this tough love relationship throughout the movie was fucking golden. Had people in my
They kept arguing and stuff. It was actually hilarious, man.
theater cracking the fuck up every time they interacted or Punisher was on screen. One of the main complaints people have of Tom Holland's Spider-Man franchise, besides Aunt May becoming even younger and straight
His suit too. I like how it was a more classic look than the. Wait, which one is there? Are there? Yeah, there you go. Okay. Homecoming, I like it. Homecoming is actually like a really underrated suit. Far From Home, I don't think it's a blue suit. I don't think Far From Home was the blue suit. But it was like the black and red, I think. And then No Way Home, I don't like the gold. I really don't like the gold. I can see what they were trying to do, but they just didn't really execute it properly. Now this suit, loved it. It was like perfect. It was like reminded me of like Spectacular Spider-Man. It looked awesome.
franchise, besides Aunt May becoming even younger and straight up hot, is that there's too many heroes and side
Okay.
characters that come in and take the spotlight from throughout his movies, not letting him be the main focus of the movie and overall story. But this movie didn't feel that way, in my opinion. It was a Spider-Man slash Peter Parker driven.
It was finally him this time. Like they always had the movie like driven onto somebody else.
This movie didn't feel that way, in my opinion. It was a Spider-Man slash Peter Parker driven story with the minor inclusion of beloved, recognized characters along with new ones. And boy, was it a relief seeing Hulk finally back on the big screen since Infinity War. People were getting fucking hyped in my
It's been that long.
theater as Marvel did the Hulk fucking dirty, but he's back now. Oh,
It's been that long without Savage Hulk. Like the instead of the Smart Hulk. Oh my God, Smart Hulk was actually annoying. So glad they actually, yeah, like this is the Hulk we want.
dirty, but he's back now. Overall, I think this movie checked most of the boxes when making a Spider-Man film. The real-life struggles Peter goes through within his personal life. The witty banter coupled with his sick-ass fighting going against villains. The movie, of course, had your funny Spider-Man moments. A lot of them, but
Dude, I'm sorry I keep pausing, but like that was actually funny when he was like he put on a random woman's clothes and they just started.
when it needed to be, like a Spider-Man movie should. It bandages the rough moments with uplifting comedic ones. Now, in terms of comparison to the recent adaptations, meaning Toby and Andrew, which I'm already knowing people and influencers are immediately going to compare after seeing this film opening night, as someone who grew up with Toby and
Hot take up. Tom Spider-Man is all like the coolest one now. He has to be the coolest one now. Like the best Spider-Man. Like He's so accurate. I like it. Toby is not that bad, or Andrew. Like they're both really good Spider-Man. But like I feel like they did Tom so much better.
In his trilogy along with Andrew in his two movies while maturing watching Tom Hollands, I'm going to try and be completely unbiased and say that to me, this is right under Tobey's Spider-Man. Not Tom Holland's trilogy as a whole, just this movie. As the home trilogy
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the other Spider-Man trilogies are better than the other movies, but Brand New Day overcomes that.
has been the weakest out of all of them, but this shows love to Spider-Man as a character in almost every way. My favorite adaptation of Spider-Man is Andrew, simply because of how he portrays Spider-Man as a character, not Peter Parker, but Spider-Man, and also the action scenes from TOSM 1, and especially 2. The action scenes coupled with the music. But Tobey will of course always be the GOAT, and unbiasedly, he checks almost all the boxes of a perfect Spider-Man. And I think in this movie, Brand New Day, Tom Holland does it better than Andrew, which is why
I don't know why. I don't know why, but like when they have Andrew or Toby as Peter Parker, they just look like grown men acting as a teenager. I feel like Tom Holland actually looks like a teenager, and honestly, I like that. That's the reason why I think he's like the best Peter Parker overall. He looks younger. I think Tom is like the best representation of a high school kid.
more of this. There's many things where he does better than both Andrew and Tobey, in my opinion. I won't say Tom is my favorite completely because, for one, his whole character wasn't even uprisen from Uncle Ben. Tom's was solely in the shadow of Iron Man the entire home trilogy, which is one of the big
Yeah, I don't think he had Uncle Ben, didn't he?
complaints about the MCU Spider-Man adaptation, sense of identity and purpose. It didn't take until this very movie where the phrase "with great power comes great responsibility" was even mentioned. And Uncle Ben is the one who created it, and his name has never been mentioned in any of Tom's movies, which gripes almost every Spider-Man fan, because that's the whole reason for Spider-Man, Uncle Ben. And he hasn't been brought up at all, like he's some forbidden name you should not mention within the MCU, which I partially get, sort of, because we've heard the same story many times, but at least in Matt Reeves' The Batman, it shows one frame where it alludes to his origin without it being explained, because that's what made Batman. His parents got fucking clapped in an alleyway in front of him as a kid, which forever
Okay, what's with the pump shotgun sound, dude?
scarred his ass. And it showed a kid going through the same experience with little to no words, just expression. But back to Spider-Man. To me, this movie in terms of a Spider-Man movie is second to Tobey. But as my favorite Spider-Man film, I say it's tied with TASM 2. But that's for me to decide, in my opinion. TASM 2 is overhated. I don't give a fuck. I wish I can say more, as there's a lot to be spoiled, but I won't. This movie overall was a 9 out of 10. An amazing Spider-Man movie, hands down.
Say that again.
See what I did there? If Tom's Spider-Man was brought up by the idea of
It was a good movie. Like, I don't think it's gonna make me like Tom as a whole yet. I feel like we need another movie, and then if they do good, as good in that movie, I feel like he would definitely be my favorite.
Ben instead of fucking Tony Stark, and if Aunt May wasn't an OnlyFans model, then this would be my favorite live action Spider-Man of all time. And that's what I feel is missing for Tom's Spider-Man, in my opinion. But other than that, absolute cinema. It genuinely, and I kid you not when I say this, felt like Sony's PS4 and PS5 Spider-Man come to life.
That's what they did. They like had so much what's the word? They were inspired. That there we go. There's the word. Okay.
The big screen. This movie has so many references to past Spider-Man adaptations, and especially the games. But the whole organic webs, Spidey tracker, action scenes, web swinging, it was so good, bro. You can tell they took heavy inspiration from the games and past movies. The best Spider-Man suit we've ever gotten live action. The chemistry between Tom and Zendaya in this movie with MJ and Peter is
Definitely has like the best Spider-Man suit out of the two. I just think Tom's new suit is like the best representation of Spider-Man and what he looks like. Like when I picture Spider-Man, I would picture that.
unmatched, of course, like always, but also depressing as fuck. I still think Andrew and Emma Stone have the best chem as Gwen Stacy with Peter in the TOSM series in terms of love interest, but Zendaya and Tom's is still good. Sucks we don't have a Stan Lee cameo to fit the missing piece of the puzzle anymore. R.I.P. the GOAT.
Dude, that would have been amazing. That would have like perfected it. If he was still alive today, they would have definitely added him as a cameo in this movie.
Proud of seeing this faithful adaptation of his child Spider-Man. But Spider-Man fans were eating good. Our next masterpiece coming up is Beyond the Spider-Verse, and I can't wait for that next year as well. Go see this movie 3 times over. It deserves the praise from Spider-Man fans, Marvel fans,
I forgot about Beyond the Spider-Verse.
just superhero fans in general. If any YouTuber LARPing as a movie critic says this shit is flawed, or if anyone in general tries to tell you it sucks, cleave their ass in the fucking jaw. This movie is making over $1 billion. I don't care. I'm out this bitch.
Twinkle, twinkle, little
I'm gonna subscribe to this guy. That was a good video.